policy-wise, what can be done to incentivize the shift, to speed it up? Because we've talked also to some of the energy players. They're saying they're not getting enough incentives for exploration, for the shift. They want to shift also. Kaya lang, sabi nila, it's going to be more expensive to sell, and it's also, of course, pretty expensive to develop. What can be done, policy-wise?
Ang isang mukhang madaling gawin, let's level the playing field. I mean, level it between coal, fossil fuels, and RE. Level it between RE sources 1, 2, 3. Just level it off. And one thing that you will notice is that there's a pass-through provision for coal. And that's why it's cheap. It appears to be cheap. I mean, it's cheap for them because whatever increases in the contracted price gets passed through to consumers. So we pay for it.
That's what you pass through.
Yeah. So they just pass it through and it's allowed. So ang sabi namin, if you want competition, then you take, sige, tanggalin mo na yung subsidies, but tanggalin mo sa lahat. You don't allow pass-through.
In any kind of fuel.
In any kind of fuel. Because I think, I mean, what we're saying, our energy advisors are saying, I mean, it can be competitive. I mean, RE can be competitive. And when, just going back to President Duterte, when he expressed frustration about, climate talks, we actually interpreted it as, we need to take action. Kumbaga, when he said we should shift to RE, they should be looking at how do we make that happen, rather than saying it cannot be done, because I think that's really countermanding what the president wants. So we really want to see that action happening. And it's not, maybe it's not even for the climate or the environment, it's just for pure economic reasons. Like you don't want to be saddled with 500 billion up to 1 trillion pesos of stranded coal assets, especially if there is available renewable energy markets. And I think that's the incentive, those are incentives that would bring in more renewable energy. Let's look at all these subsidies and really, take it away. Halimbawa, we still subsidize, in our isolated areas, we still subsidize the generators there to the amount of 15 billion pesos. A year. What about transitioning to renewable energy in those islands? Anyway, renewable energy will stand a better chance of being developed there because you don't have to. I mean, there's a lot of wind, there's a lot of sun, etc.
But help us out here. For those not that familiar with the energy sector, when it comes to the pesos and the cents, what is really cheaper? Kung level ng playing field, walang subsidies o lahat sila may subsidies, for example, basta level ng playing field, what would be cheaper talaga? Yung renewables o yung fossil fuel generation?
I mean, off the bat, it would be, if not the same, lower. Kasi po walang fuel cost ng RE.
That's true.
So, like,
yung consumable mo, wala.
Yeah, why are we insisting on coal when we know that we don't have coal? That you have to buy coal from elsewhere. And why are we not using more, say, renewable energy if we know there's a renewable energy map that tells you where the wind, where there's a wind map that tells you where we can set it up. I mean, we get a lot of sun the whole year. We have powerful waves, etc.
Wait, Francis, are you saying basically that fossil fuel generation being the cheapest generation system right now is actually an artificial cheapness?
Yeah, what we're saying is that if we internalize all the costs of fossil fuels, including air pollution, the greenhouse, like we don't even count the greenhouse gas emissions from burning fossil fuels and the impact of that into the environment, and of course the health impacts. If we internalize all of that, that would be if we'll reflect the true price of coal or the true price of fossil fuels, I think you will see that really the way to go is RE. And I think even fossil fuel companies know that. Like they also have parts of their businesses moving into renewable energy. And it's just, it's quite clear. We're running out of fossil fuels, and I don't think we'll be running out of sun and wind and waves in the foreseeable future. So why not invest there? I think it's just that, as you have said earlier, it's just that it's still profitable to remain in coal. But if we change the
Because
policy,
of the subsidies, you're
yes,
saying.
subsidies or the pass-through or all these things. But if we make it competitive, you make it the levelized cost of electricity, for example. I think, we can show that it can be competitive. And the best part of it, you have a bonus that we're doing what the science, the climate science is telling us, which is reduce, if not prevent, greenhouse gas emissions.